people are always saying about the talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk, but guess fucking what? I back it up!
Conor McGregor looks to be the first man to hold 2 Cage Warriors titles at 2 different unified weight categories as he steps up to lightweight to take on the very, very dangerous Ivan Bushino.
Big connection from Conor McGregor!
You know, he's 21 wins, 3 losses, he's experienced. I don't really look too much into him, you know, I look into what I'm going to do. And I think I'll have him hurt by the end of the first, and I think I'll have him out there second round.
Next to me with the Irish UFC fighter Conor McGregor with a record of 12-2. How you doing, man?
Yeah, feel good, man. Feeling good. Calm.
You're going up against Marcus Brimage.
Yeah.
How do you handle this obstacle in your way?
Just focus on what I'm gonna do, you know what I mean? Just focus on my training, and everything's done now, you know what I mean? So I don't really think about the obstacle. There is no obstacle, you know what I mean? People get stressed over it, you know what I mean? And let competition eat them up. That's not me. I just get in and have fun. That's what I'm here to do. Have fun and make some money doing it.
Born and raised in Dublin, Ireland, please welcome Conor McGregor. 145 for Conor McGregor.
Marcus Brimage says he was turned on to UFC by watching Dragon Ball Z.
145.
It means nothing, you know. I just come in and let the fight happen naturally. Whatever happens, happens, you know what I mean? Wherever the fight takes place, that's where it takes place. I don't plan anything. It's nearly like the WWE to me, you know. It's all just a little game. I'm just playing a little game. I don't really think anything. When I get in here, it's just the same thing. Just keep calm. He was tough. I knew. See, again, I thought he was emotionally attached to the contest, and I thought he would have overthrown his shots, and he did. Dana, 60 G's, baby! Just last week I was collecting the social welfare, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to, I was insane to them, like I don't know what's gonna happen, like I'm signed to the UFC, I don't know what, blah blah blah, but now I suppose I'm just gonna have to tell them to fuck off. He wore the thing he wears, the mask, and I just said, listen, you're nearly 30 years old now, I think it's time to stop wearing a superhero mask. When the door shuts, I'm gonna go forward, I'm gonna go at my opponent, and we're gonna exchange, and that's it, you know. The result is not in my thoughts. I'm just going to go out and perform and do what I do day in, day out, and have fun, you know. I'm living the dream right now, so I'm a happy man.
He came inside the UFC a big way, you know. He's finishing a guy like Marcus Brimage, you know. He's on a 3-win streak, and I think he deserves all the hype, you know. He's the first guy from Ireland, I think he deserves it.
You know, there's 2 things I really like to do, and that's whoop ass and look good, and I'm doing one of them right now, and Saturday night I'm going to do the other.
All the things that I said about Conor McGregor are true, but you know, this is Conor McGregor's second fight in the UFC.
Nothing changes for me. I'm going to enter the contest open. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to go forward, you know. I don't care what people say, you know, good or bad. And the support is always great, and I'm happy to get it. But I'm just here doing my thing, you know what I mean? And nothing else comes into the equation.
Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway.
146.
146 from Mr. McGregor. That's a fantastic fight, ladies and gentlemen. Max Holloway and Conor McGregor. I don't plan nothing, you know. There is no plan. I just come in and let it free, but I knew Max was a tough competitor. I knew he was going to give me some great exchanges, and he did.
Max is tough. I wanted some exchanges with Max, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I'm blown away, but realistically, let's get the next one in, because I'm ready to whoop somebody real quick, yeah? I plan on stealing the show every time. I plan on finishing everyone. Anyone in the top 10, anyone they want. I'm going for the finish. And I'll look to hit them with any part of my body, any limb I have, I'll swing it. These custom-made suits aren't cheap, you know what I mean? This solid gold pocket watch, 3 people died making this watch, you know what I mean?
I think it's literally gonna be a bear pit down here. Last time I was here was probably 2009, UFC 93. I was sitting somewhere up there. Now I'm back here and it's my show. This is the life we chose. Hey, I would have loved to catch that. I swear to God, I'm good at catching them, yeah? I do pluck them flying beings from the sky. I'm saying what I'm gonna do and then I'm doing it, so maybe that's why. Or maybe the rest of the guys suck and it just, this is the way it's happening now. Give me time and I am gonna go through every single one of them in the featherweight division, so it does not matter who is next. One by one, they will all fall.
I don't think there's a fighter that in the UFC's history that has done what I have done in the space that I have done it. And Saturday night when I go out there and put Diego away in the first round, I'll prove my worth.
Everybody have a mouth, everybody talk whatever they want. I'm ready for this fight, Conor. He's not gonna be the Diego you saw before. He's gonna be the new Diego from the 214, the ultimate fight. Knock out everybody out in the first round.
People will say, how did he do that? You know, let's skip the queue. Let's jump this guy ahead of the queue and put him straight in for a title shot. Saturday night, they're gonna see you're gonna see a true #1 contender here on Saturday night. My name, the McGregor name, is bled on the battlefield in the war-torn Scottish Highlands in the 17th century when we were fighting off the British. You know, I believe my ancestors were doing that in them days. I am here doing that in the modern era, fighting on the modern gladiator stage in the UFC.
I say what I feel. I feel like if someone asks me something, I'm gonna say it truthfully, and just through those things, it just gives me a confidence and a belief that I'm set to take over this game pretty soon. My name McGregor, you know, that's bled on the battlefield. The Celtic warrior spirit is in us. We've been fighting for generations. It's just in our blood. This is a main event fight on the fastest selling UFC event in history. It's not gonna end well for him. It's gonna be a cold night in Dublin for that man.
146 pounds!
Tomorrow I take his head clean off. Have that head. Every featherweight head I'm coming for. Tomorrow I take his head clean off. I put him away in the first round. What's next for me is I'm going to go backstage, sit down with Mr. Lorenzo Verdite, toast some fine-ass whiskey, and talk about football stadiums next. Football stadiums and world titles, that's what I want. You know, I'm looking to get as quick a turnaround as possible and climb that division. And one by one, I will eliminate the whole division. When I am finished, there will be nobody left. So I know he doesn't want that fight. He can pretend that he wants to fight and send out his little tweets about this and that, you know what I mean? But let's do it. One by one, I will take every single one of them out. If next in line is Dustin, that's no problem. September 27th, I'm going to rip Dustin's head clean off, you know. It makes no difference. We're ready to fall.
Precision before. I don't miss.
I've never disliked somebody that much that I'm ever fought. Yeah. I've never disliked somebody that much that I'm ever fought.
I'm a nice guy now. Yeah, I see him coming out panicked. I see him coming out in a panic. Now, it will either result in two things. He will come forward in a panic or he will back off in a panic. But either way, he'll be in a panic. I see him as a tough journeyman, a guy that comes to fight. His shots are basic, and I believe this is where it comes to an end. You know, when he walks into something sharp off me, he's going to hit the canvas hard, and that will be that. And I visualize him being there every single shot I throw. It's not his hometown. He's from a little back-ass town, Mississippi or Missouri or some little farm town. Vegas is probably more my town. Look at him and look at me. Who looks more from Vegas right here up on this stage? him being right there. So first exchange, he's definitely on one knee. He's definitely wobbled badly. Then I believe he'll be on the back foot. I believe the very first exchange, he will be hurt, and he will be hurt badly. He won't know. He won't have felt that power before. He won't have felt that smoothness before. That clinical.
He likes me after I whoop his ass. I might have to whoop it twice.
I'm just being myself. This is who I am. I like to look good and whoop ass. It's what I do best. Dustin thinks it's all talk. But when he wakes up with his nose plastered on the other side of his face, he's gonna know it's not all talk. You said congratulations, I'm now number 9. If you think I celebrate number 9, you're highly mistaken, my friend. I don't give a shit about rankings. As far as I'm concerned, I'm number 1. And when Dustin's head clatters off that canvas, they'll realize pretty soon. His weakness is obviously his chin. You know, look, don't get me wrong, I like the kid. He's a quiet little hillbilly from the back arse of nowhere. You know, I've nothing against the guy, you know what I mean? I'm sure he grew up in a circus or a fair, or, you know, he's a nice little kid. His cousin's probably named Cletus or something. He's a nice kid. But his chin is gonna be cracked, and it's gonna be cracked early. And I don't hit like these people. I haven't got experience at the top level. You know, he main evented one UFC event and lost. I main evented my hometown, and it was one of the best UFC events in history, and I stopped the guy inside 1 round. So, you know, I'm experienced. He will know pretty early that he's in over his head. He'll wake up and he'll bow before me. Trust me, this is a first round KO for me. I have no doubt in my mind. His toes will curl, and I will celebrate. All you gotta do is look at Dustin's last couple of fights. You know, the last contest he fought a tough reject, an Ultimate Fighter reject. Nobody gave a shit about it, and he got wobbled about 40 times. His chin is deteriorating. Every single contest he gets in, he hits one knee. He does a gust of wind, and he does the chicken dance. You know what I mean? Coming up against me, that's not gonna be good. You know, I'm gonna crack him with a jab, and he's gonna wobble, and I'm gonna put him away early. It's gonna be a first round KO, mark my words. So this is just the next step. Dustin's little pea head is gonna get removed. It's gonna get put into my collection, and I'm gonna get on my way to the gold.
I am the notorious Conor McGregor, and I am not here to take part. I am here to take over. Watch me tonight on Fox Sports 1 when I obliterate Dennis Siver.
Do you have any thoughts on Dennis Siver?
My thoughts on Dennis Siver is he's a midget German steroid head. That's my thoughts on him. So I don't have any thoughts other than that.
It has nothing got to do with cockiness. It is simply analysing my opponent, analysing his movements, his reactions, and realising that the shots that I need to land to put him away will happen in that first 2 minutes. So it will be on Dennis if he can come through that, but I do not feel he can. And it's a lower fight. He's a German. He was done for steroid abuse. He's the ugliest little gremlin you've ever seen in your life. He's a veteran of the game, but he deserves no credit. So I don't give a fuck about Dennis Siver one bit. I will use my movement to freeze Dennis, I believe. He's a compact fighter as it is. I will use my movement to freeze him, and then I will take his head clean off and raise it in beautiful Boston City, you know, Ireland number 2, I like to call it. It is a mismatch. I'm going to whoop his ass, I'm going to collect the checks, and then I'm gone.
Conor, do you know what wrestling is?
I can rest my balls on your forehead. I'm going to slap the face off him, and that's it. And I will be an absolute monster inside that octagon. You know, he's too small. He's too small. It's as simple as that. The power to go along with the precision will absolutely demolish him.
You're cutting too much weight.
He has a few scrambles in him, and then he will break. Then I'm going to pick him apart. My mind is absolutely bulletproof, solid as a rock. I am number 1. So if you are number 1, Who gives a shit if number 2 steps out in place of number 3? At the end of the day, I'm number 1. So it makes no difference who is standing across the octagon from me. I'm looking to go in there and represent my nation and fight with pride, and I'm going to kill this man across from me. He's a little 5'2" twerp. He should have kept his mouth shut. His facial structure will be rearranged after the fight. He has looked very, very, very basic. He backs up. He is a novice in my eyes. I look at him as a novice. He throws an overhand right. He looks at the floor, closes his eyes, and hopes for the best. This is day one beginner stuff where I come from. So he will find out the range and the difference in skill level when we face and when we collide.
First off, Conor, how tall are you, buddy?
5'9".
All right, I'm 5'6".
You're 5'4" at least.
3 inches taller than me, buddy.
5'4" at least. You should stand up because we can barely see you on the screen.
Yeah, all right.
Personally, I don't see I wish you all the best. I don't think it's going to be any different from the previous contest. But don't worry,
Yeah, I heard
I
you
will
already.
take that belt
Earlier.
from Jose and I will come back hunting for your little midget head.
McGregor with the full count.
I mean, obviously that would be fucking ideal. You know, I fought the guy on 2 weeks' notice, but
2 weeks, 3 weeks, I butchered your face. I KO'd you. You were curled up like a bitch. Called yourself the Mike Tyson of the featherweight division, and I marched forward, stood in the pocket, and said, "What have you got?" And you hit like a fucking strawweight. You hit like a strawweight. You couldn't even lift your hands up. You can do that all you want, but at the end of the day, the knockout speaks for itself, and you hit the deck like a bitch.
Let's go a little bit closer. Don't touch. Closer, let's go closer. I want to smell his pussy. I can smell your pussy from here.
This guy is a dead man walking. That's who this guy is.
I'm coming. Tell him I'm coming.
How you plan to neutralize the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
By KOing him stiff. Rematches happen a lot in this game, but the manner that I beat him, there will be no need for a rematch.
I'm room for Conor as well. Conor, prediction on the fight, how do you think it's going to go? Is it going to be like the interview in Canada where you can kind of move around him, talk to him, put your hands on him when you like, and he just sits there like a little bitch and takes it?
He said he'd do something, he done nothing.
Okay, Beverly?
What's he gonna do?
Can we move the seat?
I own this town. I own Rio de Janeiro. So for him to say he is the king and I am the joker, if this was a different time, I would invade his favela on horseback and kill anyone that was not fit to walk. But we are in a new time, so I'll whoop his ass in July. Where's Jose? He's not even here. Rumor has it he fled the country. I'm your father. I'm your daddy, yeah? Call me Jose Senior. Tell him I'm his daddy. Tell him I'm his daddy.
I really don't care. Like, he
Tell
can
him
talk
I'm his
whatever
daddy.
he wants.
Tell him I
He's
said
not.
I am his daddy.
Ele tá falando, ele é o seu pai.
Nunca vai ser.
Sit on my lap.
Nunca vai ser. Tá mais fácil.
Sit on my lap.
Eu domino.
One round it will be done, mark my words. I feel a left hand down the pipe will break him. He'll crumble under that. I'll stop him in one. I honestly, the first thing I said to him was, wow, I didn't think I'd see you again. I shook his hand, I embraced him, I gave him a little cuddle, I told him everything's gonna be A-okay. It will be over before you know it. So I don't want to scare him anymore. He's petrified. He went running before. So now I'm going to take the opposite approach. Cuddle him, look after him, whisper sweet nothings, tell him it's going to be all right. It will be over quick. You look like you've had a stroke. The left side of your face is drooping. I'm worried about you. Honestly, I'm worried. I love you. I love you like my bitch. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Look into my eyes, little man. Little Brazilian. Ooh, vamos here.
Face to face, you've got nothing to say. You've got nothing to say face to face. Give me that. Special in that.
They're going to square off here right now. Jose Aldo has to catch a plane. He is the best man in a wedding.
Jose has to catch a plane. What? How the fuck am I supposed to get excited about this thing and he's gone? He doesn't want to be here. He's not going to be there December 12th like he was not there July 11th. All I know is that I will be there December 12th, like I always am there. People are always saying about the talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk, but guess fucking what? I back it up. I back it up. You know, I look forward to looking him dead in the eye. I look forward to looking him dead in the eye, and I swear I can't wait to see his eyes turn to glass. People think it's a joke and I'm playing it. The Joker. We'll see who's a joke tomorrow. They tried to get me to play a little game, wanted us to play football together. What the fuck? I'm not playing football. I'm not here to play I'm not here to play games with this fool. I'm here to kill him.
Oh, it's not mine? Thanks so much.
He might get mad.
Who might get mad? Where's he at? What's he gonna do? Take a picture here.
It's your fault.
Oh, dream. Your dream.
You like it?
Yeah, my dream.
It looks good, right?
No, never.
Say goodbye.
Never.
Come get it.
You?
Come get it. Come get it. You little old fuck, come get it.
It's like in the jungle. One king gets old. He starts getting sloppy, he starts stagnating. Then a young gorilla comes up and kills him and takes everything he owns. That is what is happening here.
Next time I see you, you're dead. Next time you see me, you're dead. Next time you see me, you're dead.
My belt, son, my belt. Listen, listen. Most people, when they get that red panty night on me, they ring home to their wife. Baby, we did it. Nate rings Nick. Baby, we did it.
You know, even look at Nate's last fight, 20,000 to show, 20,000 to win. Not even a win bonus. His full check wasn't even a performance of the night bonus. Don't talk about money, you're broke.
They're all on steroids. The only weight I care about steroids? What are you talking about steroids? Don't be putting my name in steroids. I'm majored against that. Don't put my name in the name of steroids, Nate. The only weight I give a fuck about is the weight of them checks. And my checks are always super heavyweight, so I don't give a shit.
I could easily switch you up now and go put you back on that 20, 20 and 20 if you want. But all I want is a thank you, or even a little dance.
You're welcome.
Even a little dance. Dance for me, Nate. Dance for me. And don't look me in the eye when you dance. But now, as the fight comes closer, he's like a scared little boy, trying to pass the spotlight off, trying to pass the spotlight onto Nick.
I run the West Coast. I run the West Coast and the East Coast. I don't get our shape. He gets our shape. His fight against Dos Anjos, he looked like he was the skinniest fat guy I've ever seen in my life. I like Nick's little bro. You know what I mean? How can you not like him? He's like a little cholo gangster from the hood. But at the same time, he coaches kids jiu-jitsu on a Sunday morning and goes on bike rides with the elderly. He makes gun signs with the right hand and animal balloons with the left hand. So you're a credit to the community. Fuck you.
He even tried to pick on John Anik the other day. He has a bully mentality until a real man shows up. Like Mike Tyson said, he's scared of a real man. John. He's talked a lot previous, said he was going to do this and going to do that. Now we're up here, we're doing this, and he is saying absolutely nothing. He's sitting in a little shell. So let's see what he's got. So I actually do really, really enjoy Vegas. I've buried 3 bodies clean out here. So Saturday night will be a 4th body. Man up and be yourself. Right. You're like a gazelle, you know, bunched up together, hoping that you get spared. Your little gazelle friends are going to be staring through the cage, looking at you, getting your carcass getting eaten alive, and they can do nothing. All they're going to do is say, "We're never going to cross this river again." So I'm going to go in and play with him. There are many shots. The Mealua, the 360 roundhouse, the soft body on him. He has a soft, flabby body like he was a fat guy.
You got it all figured out. 170 was my call. The next day I said, nothing's changed. You guys want to call back?
You don't make any calls. You only answer the call. Why is the fight at 170? I said 170.
Because I called it.
Because your fat ass needed to get comfortable. I've hunted him down. I stalked him like my prey. And now I have him. On Saturday night, I will eat his carcass in front of his little gazelle friends. And they can do absolutely nothing. End of the first, I feel he will be put away. But it's business in there. And business is business. He will be KO'd inside the fourth round.
Describe the emotions after a loss like that?
You know, it stings real bad, but this is the fight business. I've been on the end of many defeats in my life, and I've rose back, so I will not shy away from it. I will not make excuses for it. I will assess it and come back. It is what it is. August 20th is my date, UFC 202, the real 200, and I will have my redemption. I believe I am the better fighter by a long stretch. I am more skilled. I am faster. I am smarter. He is tough, durable, and big. That's it. I don't prepare for a specific opponent, and the reasons are clear to everybody. Everyone I face pulls out, so I just carried on training. Even though I was preparing for Dos Anjos in the last contest, I didn't even bring a southpaw into the camp. So this time, I'm preparing for a tall, lanky, ugly Mexican southpaw.
Your whole team. Little crackhead essays. You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
I'm still going to put him against that fence, and I'm still going to bust that soft skin up. He might have a rock chin, but he's got soft skin. So I'm going to open that face up real nice. But the difference will be I'll still be there in the later rounds. I'll be still at that tempo. The last contest was a great fight. I have my reasons why I feel the fight went the way it went. And now I have an opportunity to prove what I am saying, like I've proved many times before, that what I say is correct. So I look forward to August 20th, where I will come in correct, prepared, sharp, and I will take this man out. I'm going to go in and put this man away, and that's it. I'm interested to see what the boy has done with a full camp. He was talking all this, oh, well, I didn't have a full camp, and that's the reason I got my ass whooped for most of the fight until you couldn't whoop my ass no more. So let's see what he has. Let's see what his full camp has done. I'm still saying I'm going to go out there and slap that big heavy bag with eyeballs around the ring. You ever see that episode of The Simpsons where Homer starts boxing and he's competing and he's just in the ring and he's getting the head slapped off him, boom, 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 and then just the guy just can't punch him no more. And then Homer tips him and the guy falls over. That was similar. That's the way Nate was in that fight. He was like Homer Simpson, just took the shots until I couldn't hit him no more.
Let me see that full camp. I can't wait to see it. Bring the clinch, bring your jiu-jitsu, bring the whole of fucking Stockton. I'm ready for whatever he has to bring.
Shut
your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you will do nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Come this way. Hey, the Diaz show. Come this way.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's a big fight. It always was. We came here ready for war, not ready to throw little bitch bottles and go running. We're here ready to fight, so let's go.
What do you think from a professional standpoint?
Like I said, fuck Team Diaz. And if you're down with Team Diaz, then fuck you too.
Sorry I'm late, I just don't give a fuck. I'm gonna wrap one on one shoulder, I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me. I predict I rearrange his face. He's too easily hit. Through all the talk and through all everything else, he can be hit too easily. It's happened to him his whole career. And when you're talking about somebody with the precision I have, I'm gonna hit him. He's gonna fall. Maybe if his toughness holds up, he'll survive. But then his face will begin to be rearranged. So that's what I predict. I feel Eddie. I've nothing against him.
Be careful.
I've nothing against Edward. Or what? Or what?
Careful.
What you gonna do? Or what? You gonna do something over there?
Be careful.
Shut your fucking mouth. I run New York. I run this whole shit. Yeah, I feel he's damaged goods. I mean, his career he's been damaged big time. But looking at him, he's aged. He looks a bit gaunt.
Question was clearly, you've only been to the 5th round twice in your professional career and lost one of them. You're complaining that he has no gas.
His
no
question is, why you talking shit?
Yeah.
That's his question. Why the fuck you up there talking shit? Say it like it is. You're blessed. You're blessed that I chose you. You're blessed that I chose to whoop your ass next. Say it like it fucking is.
You were the easiest opponent that made the most money. That's the truth.
Come prove it.
You were my easiest opponent that made the most money.
Come prove
That's
it.
why you were picked.
I could buy and sell your whole fucking town. I could buy and sell your whole bum town. At the end of the day, we go in there and we fight. And the shots will land regardless of whether he's feeling good or feeling bad. And my shots do damage, and that's it.
No, I came for an apology from him. I want an apology for saying my wife and kids.
Suck these big Irish balls.
If he don't apologize, then I'm gonna make him beg. You apologize to me.
These big Irish balls all in your face. I think one round, if he can hold out and he can drag it into the trenches, I'll take my hat off to him, but he'll never be the same after if that is the case. Look at everybody up here. They're all dressed like me. They're all trying to talk like me. They're all trying to be me. Everyone in the game wants this fight. This is the lottery fight. And this man took it on his last contract. Imagine that. Imagine getting the biggest fight in the history of the game and saying, shut your mouth, kid. You're getting paid what you got your last fight, and you're lucky you're even getting that. Yes, sir, and sign it. That's what happened. I've been whooping that style a long, long time. He's a stocky, stuffed wrestler with an overhand. That's it. So I've been beating these guys up.
Tell him the truth. You ain't got a fucking shot. Tell him the truth.
You
ain't got a shot.
One round you're gonna.
You ain't got a shot.
One round
your coach knows you ain't got a shot.
One round.
And anybody who knows anything about fighting knows you ain't got a fucking shot.
Fuck you and your coach. I thought it was very sloppy. The shot selection was very, very poor. He got blessed. He got blessed with a lucky shot. His UFC career has been horrendous. He's very, very lucky to be in the position he is in. He understands that. That's why he took this fight on the money he was on the last fight. I mean, that says it all.
Hey, Dana.
Just another broke bum trying to sell some shit. Like I said, he's chinny. He has a chin. He gets cracked, he gets dropped. It's happened throughout his career. He's a weathered fighter. He's on his way out. He's very, very lucky to be in the position he's in. One round it will take me to knock him out. If you come in any way equal to me, I'm gonna rip your whole head off, and that's it. I tell it every time. Eddie's a solid competitor. Eddie's a warrior. But he shouldn't have been in here with me, and that's just the truth of it. I've spent a lot of time, Joe, slating everybody in the company. Backstage, I'm starting fights off everybody. I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants. Fuck him and his mentality. I don't give a fuck about him. My heart is black towards this man, towards his team, towards his people. I could truly see the inside of that man's head and smile. I don't give a fuck about him or his people. Like I said, there is way deeper shit than just a fight on Saturday night. So it is what it is. I'm here. I'm going to settle this the noble way for myself and then see what happens after that.
You really think you're gonna enjoy with me?
I'm gonna love it. He's a glass jaw. The Chechens, my Chechen friends, the Vainaki soldiers, they told me that they have chicken jaws in Dagestan. And I believe them because I know a glass jaw when I see one. And I've seen this man wobble many times. I've seen his brother sparked unconscious in another promotion. I know he is afraid of a smack. And if you're afraid of a smack off me, a smack will feel like a double-barrel shotgun. So I believe inside the force. But I have been wrong before. I will be prepared for 5 rounds. You're looking at a fighting veteran. I've came through it all. I've been through it all. I've been on both sides of the world. I've been on the boxing side and I've been on this side. I'm ready for any occurrence. But this man is a glass jaw bum. And I'm going to shatter him like that glass was shattered. May God have mercy on its soul on October 6th.
A couple of weeks ago, you looked Khabib into the eye. And you're going to do that again tomorrow. What will you try? What did you see back then, and what do you think you will see tomorrow?
I saw a man that does not want to be here, to be honest. And like you saw there, he got out of there quick style. So that's what I saw. But hey, you can't run now. Now it's in front of you. So I'm excited about that.
I'm come here for smash this guy. I don't want to
Smash me,
talk.
mate. Smash me. Smash me.
I can smash
you say send location. Here it is, right here in front of you. I'm right in front of you. Did you not see me outside the bus? No. Did you not see me right in front of you outside the fucking bus? I showed you my hands, no weapons. The first thing when I showed up at that bus, I showed not my hands to let it know I come here unarmed, no weapons. Step off the bus. You talked a big game, now I'm here. He done fucking nothing. He sat and took a shit on that bus. Hid and cowered behind fucking women and caused what happened to happen. So that's fucking that. It's clear as day, but again, I don't really care about his mentality or what he's thinking. I do not give a fuck. I am ruthless here. I am coming to put a hole in this man's skull. Dint my knuckle into his orbital bone, and that's what I'm going to do. Fanboy. The man was a fanboy. He bought t-shirts of mine. He fucking supported the cause. You remember that? You little fanboy. You little fanboy bitch. A little rat. A little weasel. A little hard man in groups. I've met many of them through my years. A man who grows in numbers, but on his own, and when confronted in a similar situation, cowers away. And that's what you saw with that little shite on the bus over there. He shit his jocks after doing something to his own countryman that had nothing got to do with anything. And that's it. I came back for the love of fighting and the love of war. And this, I am going to truly, truly love putting a bad beating on this little glass jaw rat.
Conor McGregor is going to blank Khabib when you guys meet each other.
Stomp on his head as he's unconscious. Here's my location, you little fool. Right in front of you. Do something about it. Do something about it. Yeah, you'll do nothing. If you would have got off that bus, you'd be dead now.
No, okay.
You'd be dead and I'd be in a cell.
If you want...
shut your fucking mouth with messages. This has been a war zone. We are coming for war. This fool is saying it's going to be a long night. Trust me, mate. I'm ready for a long night. You hold on to legs for dear life. That's how you fight. You talk chicken this, chicken that. You shit your jocks when shit came on top. But you actually fight like a little shitty jokes rat. Anyway, you dive for the legs and hold on to them for dear life. What kind of fighting is that? What kind of man? What kind of way of fighting is that? Your little fake belt over there to be a guy, number 11 ranked, a real estate agent, and you bring that belt up on stage like it's a real belt. You're a phony, a fake, and I'm gonna expose you. Now you're up on the real shit, kid. You're with the real dogs now, brother, yeah? And you're gonna be smoked October 6th, live on pay-per-view, and I am gonna love every fucking second of it. I hope it's a long night. through my
What a
other
problem.
entities.
What are you talking
I mean,
about?
If I
Your
made-
wrestling is zero. Your grappling is zero.
Stall it then,
I'm
pal.
gonna mow
Stall
you.
it. Let's wrestle, kid.
Let's wrestle. Let's wrestle.
Let's wrestle.
6 October. Let's wrestle.
Let's wrestle. Yeah, you hope, mate. You're gonna be wrestling my knuckle out of your orbital bone.
Of course, I'm gonna sit in bus with all red corners.
Shit
we
in
sit
bus.
him back to box.
I'm
gonna put him back to box.
The banging shite off you, mate. From the last match, I'm self-alive.
Okay, what are you
I'm
doing
sorted
here?
now.
What are you doing
I'm
here?
here
Why
to
you come
enjoy
here?
this.
Why you come here?
Because I'm
But
gonna
6
love,
October.
I'm gonna love
6 October, what you
pulling
gonna
out of your
do?
misery
This
and
is not
stomping on your
This is
head.
not about
And if you
whiskey.
pull out a fight,
6
I'm gonna love
October,
what
I'm
happens
gonna
to you
mow
even
you.
more.
You
If
know
you
this.
pull, if you pull
And
out
you
this
know
fight, I'm
this.
gonna love what
You
happens
know
to you,
this. 6
your
October, I'm gonna
family,
mow
and
you.
your team
You know
even
this.
more on your own soil.
You know,
It's showing the boss's birthday.
I'm not underestimating
Here's a
this guy.
goggle for you, Dana. Proper 12.
I am not
Proper
underestimating
12 on
this
me.
guy.
Hang joy, hang joy.
And when I go to the cage,
just let me give him.
I'm
It's his birthday.
gonna go like
Yeah, join
my
the
last
bus.
fight.
Happy birthday,
Like,
join the bus.
I don't drink.
Why don't you drink?
I don't drink.
Why don't you drink?
I never drink.
I'll tell you some buzz at parties.
I never drink.
You mad backwards
No, no.
cunt. You're
I never
dead when I
drink.
get my hands on you, do you hear me?
I never
You're
drink.
fucking dead.
I never drink this
I'll drink
shit,
it. Me and the Irish
and,
Boston animal, Dana White, the OG of the fight game. He'll sup this bad boy.
I think it's gonna be long night for him. It's gonna be long night
Yes.
for him. He know this.
Lord, save me that.
He know this. He know this.
Connor, a question for you. Fill in the blank. Conor
I'll
McGregor.
drink his.
Conor McGregor is going to blank Khabib when you guys meet each other.
Stomp on his head as he's unconscious.
Of course, we get out here, he wants to run his mouth, but it's good, you know, he sells the fights, but he comes to 155, he's gonna bend his little ass over and knock the fucking Lucky Charm.
See about that. First, you've got to get through a guy that whooped your ass already. So why would I waste my time with a guy? You're fighting a guy that whooped your ass next. So you got to come through that. And let me say, and then I'll consider. I'll check the numbers. I'll discuss it with Frank, and I'll decide whether I'll change your bum life as well. When you signed to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home. You ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby. So don't say you would not take that fight, because you would take that fight like everyone else up here would take the fight against me if it was offered, regardless of belts or any of that shit. I'm the money fight in the male shit at all weight divisions, so fuck everybody else up here. I've had my back and forth with Donald throughout the years, right? The last time we spoke to each other or even saw each other would have been at that press conference many years ago. So much has changed since then, right? I was the interim featherweight world champion at the time. Donald predicted I wouldn't get through Aldo. I got through Aldo. He predicted I was too small for the 155-pound division. I conquered that division. You know, we've had a good back and forth, myself and Donald. That's one hell of a coat, Donald. My God. I got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? I don't know whether you've outdone me. I've got lions on the inside of my baby here. You know what I mean? But that's a damn good coat, brother. What is it now? Was it crocodile or?
It's Python.
Python, good man. You know, I can read Donald, you know, I like him a lot. He's a good guy, but I can read Donald like a children's book, to be honest. You know, he's a good fighter. He's got some good tricks up his sleeve. I know the tricks he has, and I know what he's planning and what he hopes to achieve. But we are well prepared, and you know, we'll see on the night. It's going to be a good night. I'm extremely confident. If you can't tell, I'm coming in with full preparation, full commitment, and full confidence in my striking abilities and my shots. And who knows, maybe a submission, but I'm going to be going for the knockout. So you've got the hot sauce, Dustin. I'm actually I'd love to taste the hot sauce.
I got a bottle for you.
I appreciate that. I've got a bottle of proper for you. I'd love to share that. That's So, you know what I mean? He's putting in the work. I've been highly impressed. I think the whole business has been highly impressed. After that loss, many, many years ago, he rose up, became champion. He's given so much back. I'm honoured to share this octagon with this man. I know we have this competitive fire, and it's still there. There's still that in us, you know. There's no denying that. We have a clash, and it's going to be a good firework-filled bout. But the respect is admirable for this man from me. There you go, Stephen. It's all I know. It's all I do is put people out, and I'm going to do so again on Saturday night. Mark my words.
I saw you say recently that you're going to knock him out in less than 60, and I find that proclamation in particular to be very interesting because that would be less than obviously the first fight. Do you feel pressure to do something even more spectacular than the first fight? You need to finish him quicker than the first time around?
You know, it's certainly a different bout when you face a man twice, right? It should be a more difficult bout to face a man a second time. So in that scenario, I must do it better, and I'm going to aim to do it better. And I'm highly confident the shots I will need to land will be hit home inside that first 60-second mark. If Dustin can withstand them, more power to him. I know he's hoping it's a war and a dragged out war back and forth. I'm actually excited about that also. I wouldn't be against that. I'd actually love that. I just foresee my shots landing early, and that's it.
How does this main event play out?
Oh, I'm going to put on a flawless performance here, an absolute clinic. I'm confident in all ranges. I'm confident. I've never been more confident in my my endurance than I have been now. And I know, you know, Dustin and his team may take a bit of disrespect for me saying I'm going to knock him out in 60 seconds. Well, it works both ways, you know. Them trying to say, oh, the conditioning thing. We'll see about that. If you can last through the trauma that I'm going to bring to you, you know what I mean? We'll see what you're about and who has the endurance and what's what.
I tell you what, this is going to be an easy rematch for me this Sunday, but it won't be my easiest rematch. When I get that rematch against Khabib, it will be an easy rematch, and I guarantee this. If he wants to continue running, that's no problem. I'll eliminate the rest of them.
I feel like I'm only starting, man. Everyone kind of wants to, hey, Conor, you've done it all. You're so rich. You're richer than Dana over here. What are you doing here? I'm like, am I not allowed here? I want to be here. I want to perform for the fans.
And certainly is interested to see how this rematch plays out. And, you know, that one ended very early, but you're predicting an even earlier finish to this one. I mean, what is it about your preparation that makes you feel so confident in that?
Yeah. It's just complete confidence in my preparation. I've put in the work. I know where I'm at. I know where I was at then and what I done. And I know where I'm at now and what I will do. You know, I know Dustin's tough. He can take a smack. You can take a smack off other people. You can't take my smacks. So that's just the way it is. I almost want to go against my own self. I want time in the octagon. It's always the case. You know what I mean? I wanted time in the octagon. The last time I didn't get it. I want time in the octagon this time. I don't think I'm going to get it, but, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Do you like the Southpaw versus Southpaw matchup?
I love the Southpaw versus Southpaw matchup. I always match up well against Southpaws. Dustin has multiple losses against Southpaws on his record also. So, you know, it might be a weakness of his, but I am flawless against Southpaws. There's many shots in my arsenal that I can pull out. I know Dustin likes to switch stances, as do I also. So it's going to be a good bout. I see him reacting a lot. I see him hesitant. I see him in a rush, in a panic. Pretty much the same way I saw him the last time. You know, that's going to be in his head for sure, but it was in his head beforehand.
You would prefer a war over a 60-second fight?
Yeah, I probably would, to be honest. I probably would. You know, I would. I want to compete. I want to rack up rack up the clock. You know, get some time in there. What's a war to him and what's a war to me are two different things. You know, it's if he can last, he can last. But it's not. You know, it's going to be a smooth one for me, to be honest, Ariel. You know, I know Dustin's a good fighter, but I'm the double greatest. I'm confident going in. I think his skill set's pretty similar. I don't think it's any different, to be honest. You know, he's all his reactions, all his shots, all his movements are very similar. He's just had more octagon time. This is all for my fans and for the people, you know, to entertain them. And I'm eager to get in, showcase all my work. And, you know, Dustin does not know what he's in for. That's for damn sure. Although I think he does know what he's in for, to be honest. I mean, we fought before, but
it's even more ferocious this time. That's for damn sure.
Potentially it's a benefit for you to get the minutes in there, right? You haven't been able to spend time in the cage, so is there part of you that thinks it would actually be better if I didn't finish it early?
Yeah, I would love to get some rounds in here on Sunday morning for sure. So it doesn't usually work out that way, Oscar. You know, and especially where I'm at now. So we'll see what happens.
Last couple, the sleep schedule. Everyone's making.
I'll end up bleeding, kicking Dustin in the head, and then like the last one, you know what I mean. I had the boxing crew with me, and I end up bleeding, kicking Donald in the head and breaking his face with my shoulders. You know, I have so many shots, and it will just come out, you know, magically on the night. So we'll see what happens. That's why I'm excited with it, and that's why, you know, you're going to see the levels and the difference in levels between myself and the top of the division. You know, I am just in space. I am not from here. You know, that's where I am at. I am from a different planet. Dustin's going out in a stretcher. That's my prediction. He's going out of this fight in a stretcher.
Nah, straight business, man. This is,
You're only a little Your wife is your husband. You're only a little of a thing, a silly little hillbilly.
Is that the mindset, enemy, going into this?
Yeah, for sure. Corpse. It's a corpse.
What exactly is that? Do you feel he's changed since before the fight in January? Do you think he's changed?
I don't give a fuck about him, to be honest. It's just how I am. He's a corpse, a dead body, a blank face. It's going to get his ass whooped and took out on a stretcher. The only difference between the Nate Diaz fight and this fight is I'm throwing kill shots now. Every shot I have thrown in this camp is a kill shot. So, you know, that's it. I'm going to kill this man. Some of the shady stuff that's gone on regarding some of the other issues, I'm like, yeah, you're going to pay for that now. That's just the way it has to be. And God bless you.
Do you suspect he is going to come out with the same type of game plan?
That's all he knows. All he has. He's crapping his bags early on my thing. He shot in 20 seconds of the first round. 20 seconds in, he almost shot as fast as the Dagestani, who shot 15 seconds into the first round. So they fight me afraid. They fight afraid. They back away. They shell up. They dive for the legs. This is my bread and butter. This is what, you know, wakes me up in the morning with fire in my belly. You know. Errors to correct, tactics to prepare for. So I've had a great camp, a great focus on the opponent, on the skills. What?
Throwing kicks this time.
Yeah, shut your mouth, you little fool. I'm going to dance on your head.
Do you feel like he is in a state of terror right now?
Of course, he's trembling. Like, even after the last win, Ariel. I don't like this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Imagine after your biggest win, you're saying that, because he knows he got electrocuted in both rounds. He got rattled. I had him out on his feet in both rounds, multiple times in the first and even in the second, a bad one in the second. So, you know, he knows the shots he ate, and he's going to eat a hell of a lot more of them, that's for sure. He's not in the same stratosphere as me. The man looks disgraceful up here. He looks frail. He looks frail at this weight now. I'm telling you, his head, his body, his frame, his eyes, that weight cut is getting to him. I'm on weight ready to go. There'll be no 155. There'll be nothing free given here. Everything's getting took here.
Keep saying kill, kill, kill. When you see this fight, how does it play out? It seems devastating fashions on your mind, but how does it play out in that cage?
Just a slaughtering. Play with a scared little boy. You know what I mean? He's fighting scared like he always does, like they always do against me. So now I'm going to play with the little boy, play with me food. Joe Lee's wife! Joe Lee's wife! Joe Lee's wife! Joe Lee's wife! You little thing.
You used to be a lot better than that, man. The trash talk was a lot better than that.